My parents can't. You got to understand something, which I'm sure you do, that when you're coming from a primitive culture, the idea is that you're not good enough and we're going to where there's better. So my mom growing up, with nothing, I mean, country, like not even what we consider country, like nothing. I can tell you stories about the way my parents lived. She literally believed that America, the streets of America were paved with gold. Like literally, she's a little girl and she believed this. And like we laugh about it now, but she's like, no, this is what we believe. We believe that if you get to America, the streets are paved with gold. So obviously there's something better there. To come out of the jungle barefoot into the streets of Brooklyn and quickly have to figure out how this game is played causes you to reject where you come from, even though you're heavily invested in it. It's still controlling your subconscious. But my parents had to cut themselves off from that using the head and play the game in Brooklyn, New York. You get it, right? You got to go to school. You got to get a job. My dad figured out how to fix cars on his own. He didn't go to fucking school. He watched somebody and he figured out how to do it. And he was able to raise his children. But with that attitude, it's funny. My parents, they're such a dichotomy. Yin and yang is the only way to describe the experience that I had with my parents. They instinctively knew their hearts and balls were tied to living on the land and living free. Freedom is the word my father keeps using. We were free. We were free. They were dirt poor. He had no shoes. Okay? He lived in a hut like made out of straw, practically. But he was free. To come to America where the street is paved with gold, and then to have offspring, he had to teach us the game. So my parents taught us the game of, I remember my dad saying that I don't care if I die, you're getting a college degree. I don't care what happens, you're getting a college degree. You're not going to be here unless you go to college. That's it. Like there was no questions asked. We all had to go to college because that was the perception was if you're going to win at this fucking game, you had better follow their rules really well and you're going to do it the best. And that's what he tried to instill in us. But it didn't take so well. The idea was there, but the heart and balls of his children, me being the oldest, and then it trickles down, my younger siblings, not so much, but I felt that this was wrong because they felt that was wrong, but I was able to play the game just well enough to get by. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know how to play the rules just enough, but I'm not going too far because I know this is wrong.